have the ultimate reason why I've been having more success on Alliance than I might have had at a relative level compared to Horde. Talked a lot about this, but seems like for whatever reason, Alliance players are just way more chill, more oblivious of mistakes, and that's probably leading them to be more likely to stay in finish keys. But this key is a great example of how that's been a net positive for me and a great teaching moment for just about anybody watching this. I mean, obviously, if you're doing really, really hard keys, then a lot of this won't apply. But I think like if you could just translate this mentality that we see in this key to all of the Horde keys I used to do, you will see how much I've been leaving on the table there. We'd have upwards of 30% disband rates in any given season over the last 3 seasons. And I always wondered, like, what is the reality that the keys that are disbanding are actually not going to be upgrades? Because there's been some really suspect ones where we're like rushing it and then a single mistake happens and people just tilt like crazy and start freaking out and leave. That doesn't ever seem to happen on Alliance. And of course, you know, that could still be my bias speaking, but it's been very refreshing for me as a pugger. So I'll have a timestamp down below if you do want to actually watch the whole key from the stream, because I do think it's interesting, but I will say I played very poorly. Honestly, kind of everyone played pretty poorly, but I like to pride myself on me being the owner of the pace of the group, making decisions that are both confident, but also aggressive enough that the group can handle. And I did a very, very, very bad job with that in this key. Usually I'm pretty stable in halls and it feels really easy, but fortified can be very tough at times. Let's take a look at some of the more important moments in the key, because I would like to show a couple examples of things that frankly I think would have absolutely disbanded the key in one way or the other in a Horde group, or just a group in general who's a little bit more high strung and not just willing to try their best and see what ends up happening. We start off coming out of this pack with 9 stacks of the bleed from the previous pack, which is just really bad. And I come into this pack really low here now. At this point, I'm still a little bit unfamiliar with the routing that we've been doing. This is not an unfamiliar pull to me, but I'm still a little shaky on what we're actually pulling. So it does take me a while to feel like I'm pulling the right things on this side. We do end up getting this kind of be a little sloppy here. So we're missing some interrupts and stuff like that. The group in general is not doing a very good job interrupting, but you know, also the healer's doing a pretty poor job. But I'm actually shocked at how much damage I take here, and this is like completely on me. Usually I'm figuring like any of these pulls that I'm making, I should be able to survive 100% of the time, and I actually still don't know what killed me there, but as you see, I just almost get one shot. I mean, probably took about 150k in about 2 seconds, so I'm at 154k right now. I have taken almost probably like 30% more than that in the last 10 seconds already though, so I should definitely be aware of it. Like I said, just not playing well. You can see death dew stacks are about to fall off as well, and I don't know if that actually lines up with my death. No, it doesn't look like it. But yeah, I get hit for almost 100k right there, just from physical stuff, I guess. I also have the debuff right now, so yeah, that's probably ultimately it. These big packs with is really dangerous, and I honestly kind of get a little lucky at times. If I can parry a couple of those, or it just dies really fast, then you really kind of smooth right through it. But because everybody's dead and you're having trouble with getting interrupts and getting everything gathered properly, yeah, this is actually no surprise that I die here. But yeah, typically a full wipe to trash is a really bad thing. And you see, we actually have already 12 deaths. I already cut out some other things too. It was really a bad key altogether. There was a couple really bad moments though. That one, I definitely am surprised the group weathered. You know, we almost assuredly lost a huge chunk of time here. We killed pretty much nothing as well. We come back and the entire pack is still here and the is still alive as well. Now this is a gross error here. Really bad one. Just a really bad decision. We're already having a lot of trouble here and people are dying to really easy stuff. So actually, now that I look back at that, what did that warrior even die to? I don't even know what he died to. We're running down and he's just staying where he is. And you can see his health bar is full right now. He's going to potentially jump down maybe too close to the pack or something. He's just gonna die. So yeah, I guess he must have pulled the mob. So that makes it even worse. We don't even have all 5 players here. So I'm getting hit really hard. These dogs are doing a lot of damage. This bleed is really stacking up. Just an overall bad awareness, lack of awareness in general. And again, I do feel like, you know, the healer is a little slow on the uptake, taking a lot of damage here, not really getting a lot of help from him. But yeah, ultimately 100% my fault. So we're going to take 6 stacks into this pack, which is just as hard as the last pack. Literally walking into this at 40% health or lower. And that's all she wrote. So that is a really bad error. And I think that's very fair. You know, if the people in the group wanted to blame somebody, I think that would be pretty fair to blame the tank on that one. This is actually my favorite part. Even this is pretty bad too. This is still, I can't help but laugh at this. But anyway, yeah, I mean, we're really having a lot of trouble with threat this season too right now. Obviously, I still don't have 4 piece. That's going to help a lot. But I find like a lot of mistakes are just me being distracted. We have like 3 or 4 different mobs attacking somebody that's not me. And I'm just kind of fumbling by clicking them and just not, focusing on my own health and really struggling to stay alive. But we do end up dying here yet again to the Ur. The Ur's claimed a few lives. This is actually earlier in the key, and this is what kind of leads to the next few deaths. But you got to watch this. This has got to be, this is a highlight reel moment right here, honestly. All right, full reset wipe there. And the Demon Hunter says, I got this. Don't even worry about it. It just gets one shot. It just, oh my God, let's watch it again. Here we go. Mobs have fully reset. Demon Hunter is on his way. You can see the fancy weapons, and he just leaps and glides right over that boundary into his own death, giving up another free death. So yeah, 3 full wipes to trash, and I could easily say they're all my fault. And, I'm used to making these mistakes and getting blamed for it pretty hard. It's not surprising if anybody did that. I wouldn't, it wouldn't shock me is my point. And nobody says a word, not a single complaint, really. Nobody's even upset. This is a 19. I get it. It's not that high of a key, but this is a progression level for me, and I'm pretty sure for everybody in this key. So let's just take a look at how the actual ending of the key goes, and you might be shocked with the results. I don't know. Maybe we still have a chance at this. 2 minutes for this boss? That's probably not enough, right? If I had set bonus, it would be. We not lost? And there goes somebody dead. Sweet. Now we definitely don't have it. 22 deaths though. That's pretty wild. If we just, honestly, if we just didn't pull like an idiot when I had 6 stacks of the bleed and keep pulling dogs, it's like, and I didn't die there, we would have upgraded this 100%. A sinful brand, top damage by a mile as well. What is a vicious wound? Man, Demon Hunter looks very interesting. I will miss it by like 15 seconds. Actually, wait. 2, 1. Oh my God, did we upgrade that? Wow, we did. Down to the second. Literally 1 second left on that timer. That's pretty hardcore, to be honest. Pretty wild, man. Honestly, the Demon Hunter did really good damage. That's the same guy who jumped into his own death and just literally suicided there. Constantly had threat on every pack as well. So yeah, you could easily say that damage is the reason these keys are easy. And to be honest, it really wasn't even that great a damage. We did have some good damage, and there's been some packs in here that were just insane, but I really tried everything in my power to make that not the truth. So I think this is a good learning moment. It's a good moment that people should see, and you should understand that you ever get frustrated and things aren't going well, and you ever find yourself in a position where you feel like you're not doing much wrong, but somebody else is holding you back? You really got to exercise restraint. It's a good moment for me too. If you watch the stream this week, I had a lot of frustration with some players, a couple bad players that I really did feel like were holding me back. But the important part is that I stayed, and in those keys, we did finish them and have success and even upgraded some of them. So, getting upset and playing poorly during a key, that's all part of the game, man. And just like the game, that's all part of life. You're going to make mistakes, and you're going to go backwards at times in life and in this game and in everything you do in the whole world. And as long as you live, you will have this issue. So learn this lesson now, man. The game can teach you a lot of things, and I think this is a really great teaching moment. And if not, it's a really good moment to show all those really dumb disbands. Like, there's multiple videos on this channel that are just complete dumb disbands, like things that were not even a problem whatsoever, that would not have stopped us from upgrading these keys. Stick it out, guys. I promise you, you'll be upgrading more keys. I mean, I think that's literally the #1 thing that has improved since I've gone Alliance. Obviously, there's a lot less keys, a lot fewer keys on Alliance here, but we pretty much I think we only have like 1 or 2 disbands all season at this point. So yeah, if you just finish every key, you're gonna eventually have keys like this where you kind of just grit it out, and damage kind of gets you through a couple of the checks, and you end up with the clutch upgrade with 1 second left. So thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one.